Okay, folks, we're going to open up questioning with Will Howard over here to the left. Jeff from Press Pros. Jeff Gilbert from Press Pros.
Will, Coach talked a lot about fourth quarter and what that meant to be able to win a game in the fourth quarter today. What's your assessment feeling about all that?
Yeah, I think it wasn't perfect, but a win is a win. And we were able to show that, when the going gets tough and when, maybe things aren't going our way, we're able to win the fourth quarter. And I think our defense did an unbelievable job, of getting some stops, making some really big plays in that fourth quarter and getting us a chance to go down there and put that last one in and give us the lead.
For you guys on that last scoring drive versus the whole other part of the second half that preceded that?
First down, man. That's what we talk about. We got to get that first down. And the first play, I thought it was a great play call, versus they were running cover 3 again on that play, and it was perfect. Carnell did a good job getting some extra yards, and once we had that, I felt like there wasn't any stopping us. And once we kind of get momentum going, man, like that's what we need, and we need to just get that first down, 1 or 2 first downs, and once we get that, we got to get rolling. We can't stall out. We're way too explosive of an offense to stall out like we did in the third quarter.
Over to the right, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Other than the 2 long touchdown passes and of course, the last drive, you guys really struggled offensively. To what do you attribute the struggles?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. Something I'm going to have to go back and look at the film on. I don't think we ran the ball as well as we wanted to today. And that, a lot of our passes were in the play action world. So if you can't run the ball, it's kind of hard to get into the play action world. But, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know if there's one thing that we can put our finger on. But we got to go back and look at the film and get it corrected, because we're in the playoffs now. And this is, every game is the most important game. And we can't afford to, put in performance out there that we're not proud of like today. And, I think today will wake us up and remind us that, we got to just continue to grind every single day, every single week, and not ever get complacent, man, because you never know. And especially, I think Nebraska does some good things defensively. I think they changed up some looks on us. They do some funky stuff up front, so credit to them. But we were able to get it done, and a win is a win.
Over to the left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Will, how do you think it affected you guys not having Josh Simmons out there today? And did it affect your decision-making at all, not having him in there at left tackle?
No, it didn't affect my decision-making at all. That's not something I think about when I'm in the game. I got all the trust in the world in Zen and whoever is out there at left tackle. I mean, it's not affecting anything that I'm doing at all. It's next man up mentality, and you got to have full faith in that guy. And I hope Zen's all right, man. I really do. Praying for him. But I definitely, when you lose a tackle with first round potential, like, it's tough. And that's a dude that we're gonna miss. But I think Zen stepped up, and he's got to continue to work, and hopefully he's all right, man. I'm praying for him. But it doesn't affect my decision making at all.
Over to the right, Tim May on 3.
Thanks, Jerry. Just 2 quickies, Will. Number 1, on those deep balls, especially the one right down the middle. I mean, obviously, Carnell Tate, getting him involved was big, I think, for you guys. I've been in the second one right on stride. How would you rate your deep ball throws today? Number 1. And number 2, did they present you guys with some maybe different looks up front? They seemed, they're a 3-3-5, but they had 5, sometimes 6 guys up there and stuff. How much did that affect the run game? Because clearly you got to watch it on your pad.
Yeah, I think they did some interesting things up front, and that definitely messed with our run game a little bit. I think they had like 2 blitzes that were like perfectly called into our runs. I don't know how that happens, but it's just part of the game. Sometimes it's a chess game, and they made some good moves. Deep ball wise, we hit the ones that we had to, and I think it was good, and I'm not gonna give myself a grade on it until I watch the film. I think I maybe held up Carnell just a little bit. Maybe just want to push him down the field a little more, make it a little bit easier on him. But we got the perfect looks. We knew we wanted that play to Carnell versus cover 4 mini. We got it. We wanted to get in a condensed formation, get them into their cloud check, and get the rover down for just a step. And you can catch a number 4 down the middle. So just put it up and let him go run under it.
Over to the left, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
Hey, Will, when the running game isn't working, does that put more pressure on you, knowing that you have got to make everything work on the passing game, or does it free you up thinking, well, we can't run the ball, let's just let it fly. It's going to be all passing at this point.
That's a good question. I think you can go either way with that. I think you can say, if you can't run the ball, it makes it harder to throw the ball, play action wise. But I think at the same time, I try not to worry about that. It's one play at a time. Just execute what I have to do, what my job is. Obviously, we want to run the ball better than we did and get ourselves ahead of the sticks more. But for me, I wouldn't say it changes anything, man. My job is my job every single play, and I'm just trying to take it one play at a time.
Over to the right, Andy Backstrom, Letterman Row.
Yeah, well, I think you guys had 10 total plays of those first 4 drives in the second half. You had 7 passes in the second half. How are you staying locked in those moments where you guys are going 3 and out? You had the pick there. How are you locked in on that drive where you guys do score and go 75 yards down the field?
You got to keep your head down, man. No matter how it's going, you got to stay locked in. And I'm not gonna let a couple of bad plays affect me. And I've played a lot of ball. I've had some games where things aren't going your way, and you got to find a way to win at the end. And that's what we did today. And it's not always going to be pretty. Sometimes you got to scrap it out and make it work. And it wasn't going our way in that third quarter. We're stalling out on drives, and it bugs me, man. I just I don't know. I haven't watched the film. It hurts. I want to get back out there. I don't know, man. It just irks me. Just the competitor in me. I don't like that. But we kept our heads down and knew that our time was coming, and we had to make some plays down the stretch, and we did.
We're going to go 2 more questions with Will. Andy Anders, 11 Warriors.
Yeah, that last drive, it seemed like you got a little more involved in the run game, a couple of zone read keeps maybe, and moved the chains right before the touchdown. How much of the run game issues do you put on yourself? You've talked about being sort of the run game coordinator on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to take responsibility for everything in this offense, and I think that my ability to run the ball and pull the ball and run, is a really good effect on this offense. And the more that I'm able to do that, the better. I think, I don't know if we had that much in this week, but I think I was a little more aggressive to the keep on that last drive, and they had been, they'd been kind of crashing in and taking the running back and over. I hadn't really pulled one yet. And, late in the game, when the game's on the line, my legs come into the picture a lot more. And, we had a third down. We ran a little draw. We had that one, where I pulled off the rover guy. We were actually swiping back for the backside DM, but I was pulling off the D-gap defender. Something they just get their eyes lost and just got to control it. But, I do take responsibility. I want to, facilitate everything through the offense. But, obviously at the same time, it's, everybody's job, and we're all in this thing together, man. And I'm not worried. We're going to go back to work and figure out what we did wrong and fix it and move on, because we got a big one next week.
And final question, left aisle, Steve Hellwagen, 24/7 Sports.
Couldn't let you get away without asking about that, going back to Pennsylvania to play Penn State. Just your first thoughts about that. Will you be glued to the game tonight, watching them against Wisconsin, I guess?
I'm stoked. I cannot wait. It's going to be a homecoming for me. I grew up a Penn State fan. I wanted to go there my whole life. They didn't think I was good enough. But I guess we'll see next week if I was.
Great. Will, thank you very much.